To give us a better picture of what is happening in that part of the world, luckily we've been able to contact IFRC's communications delegate, Ms. KV Muller, who is joining us via Skype out of Palu, Indonesia right now. Ms. Muller, it's very good to have you with us. To begin with, I'd like to ask you how you describe the situation in Indonesia right now.
Well, Indonesia, I think, is a little tired. This is the third time they've experienced a major disaster since the end of July. This latest tsunami a couple of nights ago, the Indonesian Red Cross deployed volunteer teams immediately. They continue to be actively involved on the ground, conducting search and rescue operations. Our focus right now is really twofold. It's to help the people who have survived and make sure that their immediate needs are met, and then to also try and find anyone who may still be trapped in the rubble and get them to safety as quickly as possible.
Of course, you're a part of an international team who's been dispatched to the area, but how do you describe the preparedness of the Indonesian government, as you mentioned, because they've been actually facing some of these challenges recently, as well as the preparedness of the international teams to deal with the issue now?
We find that since the Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004, that the capacity of Indonesia and the Indonesian Red Cross has grown exponentially. They do sit in the ring of fire, so unfortunately they do have the opportunity to be involved in disaster responses on a frequent basis. For example, I can give you the example of the Indonesian Red Cross. I was part of the Aceh response back in 2008, and at that time we were conducting regular trainings with volunteers from the Indonesian Red Cross. We were teaching them how to map villages so that they knew the evacuation routes. We were showing them how to identify where the elderly live, where the disabled live, so that if there was an emergency, they could get everybody to safety. And in fact, just a couple of months ago, the teams in this area of Java where the tsunami has currently hit, those teams were actually practicing tsunami preparedness. They were doing simulation exercises. They were raising awareness about tsunamis and how to prepare for them and how to respond in the communities in this area. So they're putting that practice to good use right now.
Back to the disaster, Ms. Muller, I'm just reviewing the numbers with you. Over 280 people have been killed and more than 1,000 have been injured. How bad do you describe the situation right now as far as this particular situation is concerned, bearing in mind that there is also a warning in place that there could be another tsunami?
Devastation is widespread. There's no getting around it. When we look at a map of the affected area, the impacted area, it is basically the entire west coast of Java. It's a long stretch. There are areas where it's challenging to reach because the roads are damaged or there's just so much debris. I just received a video from our teams on the ground before speaking with you, and it's showing me that in the particular area they're in, the roads are being cleared. The heavy machinery is in to help remove that debris. Vehicles are getting through, and some people are actually coming back to their shorefront properties to see what is left standing of their homes and their businesses.
We're going to have to leave it there, but that was a very good and informative talk with you, Ms. KV Muller, IFRC Communications Delegate right now in Palu, Indonesia. I really appreciate your time.